So, Fat Man,
Look who's finally back from rehab. Again.
okay, so full disclosure, my wife's now in rehab, thanks to me.
Well, we know it wasn't because you fucked her too hard
Wow.
with your little lead dick.
Man, they got
Well,
toys. Leave him alone.
well, I mean, I tend to go all in on everything, so
Wow.
we can talk about that.
I was
if you wanna.
hoping you would have went there.
Well, of course I'm going to go there, and we will all go there on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce somebody who doesn't come on Tuesdays at all, ever. Mr. Ryan Williams is here with us today.
Hey, yo, you forgot the host of After Dark. And I'm adding a new one, like OG. I'm older than everybody else on this show.
That's what you think.
As part of staff that's not Fat Man or Sleazy in the name of the title.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about age. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, no, I'm old as fuck. But, yeah, no, I'm the OG staff.
you are?
I mean, technically, yeah, you are.
Yeah. Another Hall of Fame
The
push.
OG.
That's a Hall of Fame push. That's what that is. That's a Hall of Fame push.
The senior staff member, Ryan Williams.
He has seniority
He does.
over.
And he's going to have a Hall of Fame ring come December.
He's working.
You feel very confident about that.
I need 3 votes.
You feel very confident.
Well, you know, I'm going to vote for me. You're so all right. Today we're talking obviously AEW's All In, because who isn't talking about AEW's All In other than the 3 people who watch Japanese Joshi?
And you're 2 of them?
Yeah.
At least 1.75.
Wow.
Cruiserweights.
Yeah. We got a lot to get through because, of course, the pre-show 0 hour featured 30 wrestlers.
And I watched the pre-show.
How did you watch? Okay, so
Breakfast on.
Okay, because it started at 11 o'clock in the morning,
right?
not 5 o'clock at night or whatever time, 6 o'clock at night. So
Yeah,
I just
You
threw
can
it
invest
on.
the whole day into it.
Did I pay attention to it? No.
okay.
Was it on? Yes.
Okay, so full disclosure, I didn't watch this live. I kind of like. I don't think I said anything in the chat for like 2
Nope.
days, even, because I didn't want to look at anything. I wanted to just try and enjoy it as much as possible. I've been trying to do that on my own as much as possible, anyway. But your guys' opinion, Ryan, did you watch it live as well?
Yes, for the most. There might have been some distractions with like a baby and like I was home with all the kids, but we were out. And no matter what we did, I looked at the calendar. I was like, "We gotta be home at 2:30." Why? I was like, "Pre-show's on. I don't really give a fuck about that." But the pay-per-view starts at 2:30. Like as we come in, I sat down. I was like, "Well, baby's getting her yogurt now." And then supper time, I was like, "Well, baby's watching wrestling with me in the front room."
I want to get your guys' opinion on this, and there's been a few now on both WWE and AEW side. Do you like having a pay-per-view that starts at 1 p.m.?
Yes.
Absolutely. For me, 2:30 Newfoundland time, but still a pay-per-view over by 6 o'clock, 6:30. Let's go.
100%. Yep. Love it. And I will say, I think I enjoyed it more. Because I'm not like, God, it's so long. It's midnight. Why is this match so, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Your mindset is different because you're still in the middle of the day.
because I'm still awake.
I think it's something to be said about that. I think there's a And like I said, I didn't watch it live, so I can't really say this. But I've noticed that a lot of times, both of you and me too tend to be a little bit more favorable towards a pay per view that's happening when it's like done by 6 or 7, because it feels like that you haven't lost an entire evening, especially when it's a Saturday, so that you could watch the pay per view and then go out if you're young, or you wanted to, just go fuck off
Well,
at a
the
bar.
problem is this was a Sunday.
This was
But
different.
I,
and I-
but I
Even
under,
better. Even
even
better.
better
yeah.
because if this was a Sunday, I had to work the next morning. There's no way in hell I was watching this live if it started at 8 o'clock.
Kids have to go to school in the morning.
Yep.
I hate to be the old fuck in the room, or this entire podcast is an old fuck in the room, I guess. At this point, we're all pushing 40 plus, but even people who are enjoying the product at 25 and 20, they want to go out and enjoy stuff outside of wrestling. They want to go out to the clubs, they want to go out to the, and do shit. So having a pay-per-view end at 6:30 p.m. on a Saturday or Sunday is good for fans like that, that want to do other things, or they want to go out for a date night with their significant other. You can watch the show and then go out for dinner. That's not a bad thing.
We're putting it in the universe now. All pay-per-views need to be in the afternoon.
And to be fair,
To be fair.
in this day and age of digital pay-per-views, there's no reason why I can't.
No. Nobody I hate to say this. Outside of people watching live sports, nobody really watches or really cares about it being live anymore.
So the problem being, and here's the issue, in America, you have college football from 9 a.m. because you got the game day all the way up till midnight for West Coast games on Saturdays.
Mhm.
And then NFL starting up. So I see why in the fall they might not do that, but in the summertime and the winter, like at February on, there's no reason why they can't.
I think the reasoning behind not doing it like that is when you keep changing time frames, and this goes back to the old school style of
People got to find. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, you got to find it.
Yeah.
And full disclosure here, I'm huge into harping about we start at 8 o'clock, we make sure it's the same day each week, blah 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 blah, for our own show, for that reason. But yeah, that's a whole marketing situation and just getting it out there. But yeah, for me personally, I think it's a good look, and I hope in the future more shows are like that.
Well, I mean, there's going to be one Saturday,
Yeah.
which I'll be at work for, of course. But
Stacked weekend of wrestling, by the way.
yes,
It is absolutely a stacked weekend. I'm excited for it too. I was excited for this show. I can't say I'm full disclosure on this. I really enjoyed this. So
maybe. Let's start. I mean, any thoughts on the pre-show?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so
Didn't watch it, but I'll put over the fact that they put 30 wrestlers in matches on air in a 2-hour time slot. So God love them.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting payday on this show, boys.
Exactly. 30 people got a payday.
okay. That's not including managers.
And that
Those
doesn't
are
include Jamie Hayter either.
Actual talent. Or Soraya. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The show opens with a 4-way London ladder match because that's totally different from a regular ladder match for the AEW Trios Championship. Hey, they called it a London. This is actually legit. Thought there was going to be some weird stipulation like King of the Mountain when they said a London ladder match. I'm like, oh, it's something different. Oh, it's just
I would have popped for King of the Mountain.
I was like, oh, it's just a normal ladder match okay.
In London. Ta-da,
In
great.
London.
Go on.
I'm like, damn it.
Already bitter over some nonsense. AEW does something.
No, I was actually legit. No, it wasn't an AEW thing. It's WWE used to do a Chicago street fight. Was that different from a Phelps Street fight, nothing. The Patriarchy defends against Big Bang Gang, House of Black, and Blackpool Combat Club with Pac, which I thought they were together. Okay. Fuck. I do not have the times for this.
I have them.
Thank you. I will get them here soon. Cat and Gate. Okay, time.
18 minutes and 50 seconds.
John Cat gave this 3.5 stars.
I don't know where.
Oh shit! I forgot. Yo, dog. I heard you like tag team matches.
The trios matches.
Trios matches.
Fucking
already.
So
don't even know your fucking bits.
This match introduction was just like this match. Absolutely chaotic, and I fucking loved it. So, side note, this is where my interesting journalistic dirt sheet stuff happened. So either this match or the tag match, the Lucha Bros were supposed to win.
Oh.
This ladder match was never supposed to happen. Apparently, when I remember reading about this originally, the ladder match was never supposed to happen because the Bang Bang Gang weren't in it. It was supposed to be Pac and the Death Triangle, House of Black, and the Patriarchy. That was the match that was supposed to be the three-way for the trios titles. That's what I'd read. Now, apparently, more recently, like yesterday or if not this morning, it was that the Lucha Bros were actually supposed to beat the Young Bucks for the tag team titles later on in the card. So immediately I'm like, wow, you spun 2 dramas on one fucking show, boys. Well done.
Both are false.
I
don't know.
I more believe the first one because look at who won this fucking match.
I agree.
Yeah.
Death Triangle. That should have been Death Triangle, and it wasn't.
We'll talk about it in the main event. The visual.
Yeah. 3 3/4, really good. It was a car crash as expected. But I don't know. Like it was really good. I can't really say anything more about it. I'm like there was some kind of this has nothing to do with the wrestlers, more of the production aspects where they're focusing on the refs struggling to get the plunder out of the ring.
Yeah.
And it was distracting. And nothing to do with the wrestlers. So I can't really fault them for that. But this was also a match where set up spot, do spot, set up spot, do spot.
12 people.
Do spot, set up spot, do spot. And no selling because they're setting up spots and doing spots. But
I can forgive that.
But it's still really good. Still a really good match. Yeah.
Chaos.
I was entertained.
Were you not entertained?
Well, you're not sports entertained.
Spoiler, there was actually one match on this card where I was not entertained. It's a spoiler.
Interesting. I'll be very interested to hear that. Did you give it a rating?
Yeah, 3 3/4.
Okay, I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was pretty much everything you just said. Some of the Nick Wayne spots were just absolutely
gross. No need.
Yeah. Look, I hated it and I loved it all at the same time.
Well, he did like a Wayne's World and through a table on
the outside.
On the outside. I don't remember who he did it through, but Wayne was the one that went through the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fucking Canadian Destroyer was.
Yeah.
Yes, that was good.
I stopped.
The dual ladder fall off spots were great. The
love
and the end just kind of what meh, like it just felt weird. The ending just felt weird.
It didn't. Okay, here's the problem with matches like this. It's a trios match, right? I know they were trying to give Pac the ultimate shine and winning the match, right? But having him go up there and pull one down and that being the end of the match felt weird. I know they do it with like tag titles and stuff, but when it's trios, it feels weird that one person's just grabbing all 3 belts. He didn't even do that. He just grabbed the one.
The visual of that was weird, but I'm talking about like just the actual ending sequence was just like
weird. That too. But
it was weird.
Having Wayne, Nick Wayne mother get involved and stuff like that was kind of weird too.
Love this. No, it wasn't weird. That was great. She was a third of the trios champions.
That's true. She was there to defend her title. I think the other thing that I liked about it was how Luchasaurus could have effectively won the match and Christian Cage stopped him, and just having that dynamic still, which basically cost them the match at the end of the day, because had he gone up there and actually gotten it, he was there. He could have just grabbed one of them and won, but no, Christian had to get up there and do it for him, I thought that was a pretty neat wrinkle, and I liked that piece a lot. Nice little bit of storytelling, and there's a lot of storytelling that went on throughout this pay-per-view that even I was pretty shocked about, because they don't always do it that way, that well in that way. But who am I to criticize
That's
the
what we
proud
do.
papa? The other proud papa.
The other proud papa. This was great. I get the pre-show and watching it and selling it and all the names and stuff, but if this is just your first view of All In as pay-per-view as a whole, for me, this is fucking awesome. Yeah, let's go. Crazy ladder match. And these people are nuts. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
AEW Women's Championship. Timeless Tony Storm defends against Mariah May. Ryan,
The glamour Mariah May.
Thank you.
which, hold on, time.
15 minutes and 15 seconds.
Ken gave this 3 3/4. Sleazy of the Women's Wrestling Enthusiast.
What an underrated piece of shit.
This match was great.
Yeah, right? 4 1/4.
Fucking quarters.
Right, because I have to. Right?
So I won't yell at you.
No, it was better than the ladder match.
No, what I mean,
just
when you
barely.
say 4.5, I yell, why does it miss?
What is it
4
missing?
1/4, I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, well, you'll probably be saying that at least once tonight. I think that, once again, character work, fucking amazing. Having Mariah May slap her own mother was fucking...
That's heel shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Love that shit. Love that fucking shit. I love the fact that at any point, multiple times during the match, she went after Luther. I love that. I love the visual of Luther losing his
Flicking him
shit.
off.
Yeah. Losing his shit later on. And then obviously when Tony Storm lost, him crying. That was great. I am surprised, but it worked with the story perfectly for Mariah to beat her with Storm Zero. I did not expect that. I thought it was...
I mean, you can't fuck your finish if it's your own finish.
Right?
So, I mean...
I love the shoe spot, too, with Tony. I just everything about it, I really enjoyed. I think what did hurt it was where it was in the card, right after the ladder match. I think it would have gotten a bigger reaction had it been a little bit later in the card, or at least away from that match specifically. It was kind of in the dead spot. But other than that, yeah. I think here's the thing. This match and the next match should have swapped. I'll just say that.
Jericho would have left the Fed.
What?
WrestleMania. Jericho wrestles the second match and it pissed him off so much he left WWE.
Yeah,
If you swap the matches.
him. Fuck him.
That's exactly why those matches weren't swapped.
Maybe on the match with Undertaker. I think Sting and Taker may not happen because I don't think Taker will walk into another ring again.
Absolutely, they're having a cinematic match, and it'll be the greatest cinematic match that has ever happened.
Notice I didn't say they're not going to have another match. I said they wouldn't step in the ring together.
No, they're going to be in the ring at one point during the cinematic match.
I don't
physically.
I don't think so. I think it'll just be like similar to a Boneyard match. And they were never in a ring there.
Okay, I don't know how we got to that tangent. Okay.
Somebody in the chat had said that.
Yeah, I saw that, but not even close to the match we were talking about.
Yeah, it's coming
Women's
up.
match, fantastic. Next match, meh.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I gave it the same rating as Sleazy, so I guess I'm wrong on that. But I mean, I thought it'd be good. I didn't know it would be this fucking good. This was amazing. When it was the Glamour Mariah May, I know that's been her gimmick. Beth Phoenix, Bob, not in WWE anymore. I just kind of figure somehow they'll shoehorn in the glamour and the glamazon. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
whatever. But that's what I was getting at with that. Yeah, the right kid died. Absolutely fantastic match. Surprising that it was that good. And then we go to a last chance match for the FTW Championship. Chris Jericho defends against Hook. Ryan time.
10 minutes and 15 seconds longer than it needed to be.
Yes, it did. Ken gave this the Mike Sanders.
Oh, I like when we pop that rating.
What an overrated piece of shit.
Oh, come on. I mean, it was bad. Like, and I don't mean bad as in bad. I just mean like I was.
They did the
It
right
was
thing.
fine.
They did the right thing by having Big Bill and Brian Keith interject in the match multiple times, so Jericho wasn't wrestling the whole fucking 10 minutes. Other than that,
See, even the cat hated it.
2 stars. Yeah.
I
may have to
don't know.
strike
What to
the
say,
cat.
man. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. When Jericho tried to take a bump on a bocce ball and completely missed it, I knew
But-
where we were at.
Did you take that bump?
Yeah, but he attempted to make the bump and missed it by like 10 feet. Here's my problem with the match. Is that Hook with one eye was facing 3 guys and beat the shit out of all of them.
It was
Incorrect.
It
Hook
was-
with one eye was getting the shit kicked out of him, then ripped it off to have he had both eyes.
That's
and
not
took
true.
his father's fucking interference from stopping the other 2 to beat Jericho. Gonna call shit out. Call
No,
out what happened in the
no.
match.
No, because he had gotten a nice shine while holding one eye. When the double down happened and the big reveal, oh my God, he's not blind, and went further on, it was a little bit different. But
that
up to the point, he was still beating the shit out of all 3 of them.
I hate that. Ryan loves it when I say this. It was dumb. You're purposely covering up an eye so you can't see to fake an injury so that the big reveal is I can see is the most idiotic Vince Russo
Watch
swerve.
the TV product. It's been an angle for months.
I know it's been an angle for months, but when he's covering up his eye to fake it, I don't. It's dumb. It's dumb.
No, it's classic storytelling. My only problem with the bit isn't the fact that he did it. It's the fact that the reveal wasn't as big as it could have been. Like, oh my God, he can see. It was like he ripped it off and then just went through.
Like they should have tried to take pot shots at him. And then he just dodged it. You know what I mean? They're like, What do you mean? And it was just like it's a see-through patch, and he's just like, Papa.
Right.
That would have been cool.
I liked the moment of Taz and Hook embracing together, having the moment, Taz getting involved. That's always going to pull your heartstrings. That was the entire point of this match. That was the entire point of the angle as a whole. So I enjoyed that. The only thing I would have enjoyed more was Chris Jericho singing more just to get heat. Like do the entire song, like do a 3-song set just to get the heat for it. I would have loved that. And then meant he wrestled less.
What'd you give it?
Oh, 1.5. It was goddamn.
Goddamn.
But all that was okay. Because it was in a 3-way for the AEW. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do like 3-way tag team matches.
The Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed. Ryan.
12 minutes, 5 seconds.
Ken gave this 3 1/4. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
Wrong goddamn kids, Dart. Should have put the belts on the Acclaimed. They gave him the championship entrance. What the fuck? Young Bucks phoned it in. FTR phoned it in. Young Bucks didn't care. And FTR was like, well, we're not winning, so.
Taking the pin, no less.
Wasn't a bad match, mind you, but wrong fucking kids, Dart.
It was a good match, 3 stars. But yeah, very underwhelming for these 3 teams. Like, again, I was entertained. It was fun, but it could have been so much better.
Agreed.
Wrong kids dying. Yeah, I think the Acclaim should have won that match.
Even if they were transitional champions or somebody else, they got to come off the box.
Yeah.
And not for malicious reasons. Just, boys, you're not on TV all the time. This is your second title defense in 180 days. Like, that's as bad as Logan Paul, but at least Logan Paul got the example of he goes and does other shit. All you guys do are fucking vice presidents of this company.
They've got things to do, okay? Let them work. They got office staff that they've got to manage. For a while they had to deal with Punk. You know, they're probably still
not during
working
this
off of
tag
that.
title reign.
Oh yeah.
If the Young Bucks were like what Logan Paul and just to throw this name as the example, Brock Lesnar, of part-time big money matches, I'd understand. But the Young Bucks don't play the role of part-time big money matches. They play the role of part-time TV and big time. Like, you know what I mean? You're on TV enough that you could have defended the titles more. Is my issue.
Considering I originally looked at this match and went, well, is it Max or who's or is it Bowens? Is it going to be the one taking the pin here? Because I figured neither one was going to job for the other one. That's when I originally looked at this, it was like, okay, so FTR's beating Max, I guess, and then make it so that the Claim break up, I guess. I don't know. And that was the whole thought process, is that I don't think they were going to win the tag titles because I think they're working on splitting them up. But to have FTR not win them was also kind of strange. I guess they got their win back. Cool, fine. It wasn't a bad match, as both of you had said. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't their best work. And I still gave it 3.5 stars.
I have 2 analogies for this match.
Okay.
Basically, the boys were Nakamura in it.
Ooh. Mr.
And this is the example of Randy Orton versus John Cena for the 10,000th time.
Yeah.
Okay. Casino gauntlet match for a future AEW World Championship. I'm not going to name the names that were in it, but we'll hit on the big ones. Ryan, time?
26 minutes, and there were still 9 names not entered.
Yes. Ken gave this 4 stars. Huge pop for Nigel. Huge.
I thought that was Dijak.
Wow. Dijak lost size and height. Okay.
So obviously that's a joke, but even Dijak made the joke. Like for a second, I thought that was Dijak there.
The surprise entry where we all thought was going to be there was there with Ricochet.
I did not actually.
It was 100% he was going to be in that. The way, and this is where Ryan and I were kind of chatting live. The way that they explained it was the winner. I think they even said it on commentary once that the winner gets a title shot whenever he wants. So I'm like, Money in the Bank?
No.
That's
the
what-
other 2 times they have done this, and usually, and I'll give AEW all
Right.
the world. They're usually pretty good with this stuff. It was the
You
match
called your
was
shot.
announced. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
called
like,
your shot.
yeah, but like it was like whenever they want. So in my head, I think whenever they want to go Money in the Bank. I'm like, oh my god, Danielson's gonna win the title, but he's not walking out as champion. I'm like, that's what's gonna happen. And then
That's what should have happened.
we got the surprise winner in Christian Cage, which made me even think even more that was gonna happen. Love this. 4 stars. It was very entertaining, very good. The ending again was just like, I don't know. like Sleazy brought it up. It's like, oh, during the ladder match. Oh, when they announced him as Luchasaurus, I'm like, oh, he's gonna fuck Christian, and then
that was a brilliant touch to this finish.
Mm-hmm.
But then he didn't, and I'm all like, so he's not pissed that they lost the trio titles? No.
Well, Luchasaurus wasn't a trios champion. What the hell are you talking about?
It was
And
Killswitch.
look at the history. Had he had won it, Christian was just going to make him give him to him anyways. So he just let Christian win it.
Yeah. No, it just ended like kind of out of nowhere, like unexpectedly. That was like my only thing. Was just like,
I thought
Okay.
it made it better. I'll say it right now. I thought it made it way, way better because you're expecting, oh, well, of course they're going to bring all 21 people.
I actually wasn't gonna.
I don't think they ever have.
See, that's the thing is that they did for the battle royals, but
Different.
not for the this is a
Different.
gauntlet match. It's different.
Yeah.
Specifically, the second time, Roger Tron called out Ospreay saying he was the final entrant, and he never got to come in because Ospreay won it early.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think they were gonna bring out all 21, but I thought like,
Well, they barely got half. That was my point.
yeah, Edge was gonna come back and fuck with Christian.
Yeah.
Like I thought they were gonna build like at least Edge was coming back or something, and then but that didn't happen. So that's why I'm like, oh well, okay.
Okay,
I don't-
so there's 3 things I need to say here about this match. Number 1, Nigel versus Bryan Danielson. When you fuckers, you give that to me. I need that.
I wanted Nigel to
veins.
win so
I
bad
need
for
that in my
reason.
veins. Just give me that.
Yeah,
Just
go-
once.
Well, it's already happened. Go back and watch it on Honor Club that only 300 people subscribe to.
Or the 7th highest ranked pay-per-view on Cage Match, Ring of Honor, Driven,
Right.
2007.
Number 2, I'm a huge fan of Ricochet, and I'm excited to see that
That Irish young fella, Rick O'Shea.
Rick O'Shea. Actually, there is a Rick O'Shea.
That's
there is a Canadian wrestler named Rick O'Shea. But yeah, Ricochet, phenomenal. Can't wait to see what he does in AEW. Already getting into it with fans. They're like, "Oh, fuck you! You took a step down by going from WWE to AEW."
He's guaranteed he's making more money, so good for him.
Rage bait once again. But I think the reality is there's a ton of fresh matchups for him in there. There's a ton of matchups that we can redo. Will Ospreay, holy goddamn, and a more seasoned Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested once again with what they're going to do with Christian Cage. Are we looking at world champion Christian Cage again? Except this time
I
AEW.
fucking hope so.
Because he's already won a world championship during his run in AEW.
Just the TNA World Championship.
But I think that's going to be really cool. I think we're closing in on that. So the match itself, like I said, 4 stars.
To be honest, he's our hottest heel. Defined as a heel.
Yeah.
Defined as a heel.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'll go with that.
Brian's like,
I'd put Strickland up there for the piece of diabolical shit that he is, and how crazy Hangman has been over the past little while, especially you know what I mean in this match as well. Just Hangman is fucking unhinged.
I just want to see one more match between the two of them.
Oh, it's gonna
I
happen.
think
What's happening now?
I think that is a money fucking match again. You know, and I didn't think I would want that as much as I did. Like, there's 3 matchups that come to mind stemming from this show: Nigel Bryan, Ricochet, Will Ospreay, and fucking run back Page and Strickland.
AEW America Championship. MJF
Fuck you.
defense against Will Ospreay. Ryan the time.
Fuck you. 25 minutes and 50 seconds.
Ken gave this 4.5 stars.
What was it missing, you piece of shit?
I don't know. I'm not John Canton. Sleazy.
Why was it missing, Sleazy?
4.5 stars, yes.
Fuck you. Why was it missing? I knew it. And if you say the Daniel Garcia spot, I'm flying there to smack it because that made this. No,
I love that. Don't
okay.
Love that. First of all, come on, man. Daniel Garcia here in this fucking marquee moment? Absolutely. I think.
Can I say it? Because I also gave it 4.5 stars.
Okay, go for it.
Besides the Daniel Garcia thing, there was too much Gaga in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think
but it's
that
MJF. The Gaga's there. Once he goes to Ricochet, there's gonna be no Gaga. This was Ospreay doing the Gaga shit.
Yeah, because they're still working the whole will he or won't he use the Tiger Driver?
And he does it every time, so there's no point.
But he hasn't done it since Brian. Or
every time he does it, he wins a title. He should probably keep doing it.
Yeah.
Spoiler, dude! You probably should keep using it.
Just keep killing people.
And that's the thing is that I think that would be a major takeaway from the match is, use it as your secondary finisher, but you've made it so... You've put so much of a stigma around it now because it's now the it's the move.
One-winged angel.
To an extent, yes, but it's in the same realm only because of how it looks to Callis.
Yeah,
it's the move is tied to Callis. It's not necessarily the move is tied to, oh my God, this is my big moment move. It's well, Callis wants me to use it on everybody and it hurts people, type of thing. And it's I don't like that aspect of it. If it was just I may have
move, he's dropping him on the back of his head and neck, of course.
Right? Yeah, it goes back to all that stuff is fake, but this is real. You know what I mean? The Bully Ray, I'm going to rip up the mats on the ring spots.
Oh, I like those.
It's the same mindset. It goes, everything else I've done to that point is fake, but this is real.
Not that it's fake. It's I want the most maximum impact I can get.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it from the perspective of this is the next level, you're pulling back the curtain too much in that respect. I'm hurting him. You've been hurting him the entire match. Or at least attempting to. Like,
there's a difference between hurt and injure is what you got to look at, and that's the line that we're trying to target.
And I guess my suggestion is that you're always trying to injure because you're trying to beat them. You know what I mean? That you're saying that it's a hard. I understand what you're saying. I think there's a line there, but I think the line gets crossed way too much when you start doing spots like, oh, I'm going to pull up the ring, I'm going to use this move.
See it, dickhead? Like, realistically, when's the last time you remember seeing it?
Well, every fucking time they tease the Tiger Driver in a Will Ospreay match in the last year. That's why I'm kind of. It's one thing if they do it once a year, but they're not doing it once a year. They've done it in every major marquee match that Will Ospreay has had in the last 8 months, maybe a little bit less. But that being said, we're bitching about something that's just a one tiny bit of spot in an otherwise fucking amazing match. So I don't know what to say other than that. It's my opinion. I understand that not everyone shares that, but that's just how I feel.
TBS Championship.
Look how mad he is. I love it. 17 minutes and 25 seconds of fucking shit. This is Thunder Rosa Britt Baker all over again to me. This should have been fucking great.
This was the worst match of the night.
This should have been fucking awesome.
This was fucking god awful.
After watching Tony Storm and Mariah May, I was so hyped for this because I was like, they pulled it out and they were fucking deadly. I like the story. 2 of these, let's go.
What?
So it's Britt Baker.
Is it?
She's the issue.
Is she though?
I don't
She's
think
had
so.
amazing matches.
So is Mercedes.
Whoa!
So
Whoa!
is
Whoa!
Thunder
Whoa! Whoa!
Rosa.
Whoa! Whoa! Time the fuck out. Fatman's about to shit on fucking Sasha Banks.
I am.
Oh,
She
Sure.
has not,
take the floor.
since joining AEW, she's not had that outstanding wrestling match. She's had good matches, but they haven't been like next level. And now I don't know if that's competition or what, but it's also not just her competition. She's not stepping up either. Like, she's
Nakamura.
I would say the Alberto Del Rio, to where you're expecting like, oh, this guy, they can have great matches, but then they're just like, well, the matches are good, but they're not spectacular. Like, this match was garbage. This was the worst Mercedes Sasha Banks match probably years. It was god awful. Worst match of the night. The crowd, I don't know if it's match positioning because they just followed the banger, which I don't think it is, but the crowd was just sitting on their hands. I mean, they worked hard to try to get them back, and then the ending was just meh. Again, not to me, the ending was just eh. And God, 1 star. This was fucking god awful. God fucking awful. And I hate to say that about a Sasha Banks match, but it was bad.
They should have took 5 minutes out of this match and gave it to the next match.
Yeah, why the fuck was it 17 goddamn minutes plus?
I have a theory.
I don't know what that theory is going to be, but
Mercedes won at the time, and Tony gave it to her.
okay, fair. One of my biggest complaints about Mercedes Moné is that when she came in here, she was a big shit deal, and let's be honest here, she hasn't backed it up at all.
No, she is not.
What do you, to this point, what do you think her best match has been?
In AEW?
In AEW or even New Japan? I'll dare say in New Japan.
Probably with Kyrie. Or not Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie.
I was going to say Kyrie too. There's a reason why I'm going to say Kyrie.
Because you're an Asian mark?
No. Actually, yes, but no. How many other people that she's had matches with since she's left WWE has had training in a WWE style match?
Not many.
I dare say that the reason why she's floundering so much is she's used to the WWE style of booking and agenting. So that when she's now going out into these matches with Britt Baker and stuff and other people like Willow that know what the business is from an indie perspective or from a non-WWE perspective, that she's having a hard time adapting to that because it's a completely different style. And to be fair, That's
I will give a little. I think there's some point there. I'll give you a little pushback on that because she's been training in Mexico, training in Japan, training. So she's been trying to mesh all these styles together. Maybe that's her flaw. She's trying to do all these styles in one match, and her. So basically, you're saying it's competition.
no. I'm saying that it's a mindset. Like
Okay.
this is how from a perspective of I'm going to lay this match out with this opponent, and she's not able to adapt to styles of other people because she came up or has spent a long time in a system where it was all the same. This is how you deal with the match from start to finish because you went over to fucking Brooklyn Brawler and the three of you fucking put together. And now that you're in AEW, you're kind of left on your own to do that. You know, yeah, Arn's over there, but he's not listening to you two actually put the match together.
Arms on
W-
Arms in
WWE.
WWE.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Dean Malenko's over there
Yeah,
being the agent, and he's just like, you got 17 minutes, do what the fuck you want.
right. And I think there's not enough direction for her to be able to say, okay, this is where I want to go. And she's left on her own. And because she's the big star that's come in, she's given more leeway than other people because of that. And I think it's working against her. And it's actually causing an issue.
Fuck that nonsense. I'd agree with most anybody on the roster, not with Britt Baker.
No, I don't think Britt Baker is the problem here.
No,
I think-
but what I mean in what you're saying about Sasha, like anybody else who are working the WWE style, like or not working WWE style, I can understand your clash. That clash doesn't happen here with Britt Baker because Britt Baker should be in WWE anyways. And the only reason she's not is because Adam Cole's not there.
Okay, fair.
One, the fuse has been god awful, so
That's
the crowd
fair.
reaction wasn't there. Two, sometimes wrestlers just don't have chemistry together, and they did not have chemistry.
Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa.
So it could be just they don't have chemistry. It could be all the above.
Yeah, it could be many, many different things. We're just bringing up things that we see.
Yeah, I hated to say that when I watched this, but god damn, I'm like, this was the one match where I'm like, at least there's some aspects of the Hook Jericho match where I'm like, okay, that was a little entertaining. This was nothing. Nothing was good.
Agreed.
The Britt Baker spot getting Camille trial, that wasn't bad. Fuck off.
No,
Well,
I
yeah.
don't like that even.
I liked the acting involved in it with her. Other than that, yeah. Sleazy, what'd you actually give this?
1 star.
Same. Okay. Coffin match for the TNT Championship. Jack Perry defends against Darby Allin. Ryan?
Second shortest match of the evening on the pay-per-view at 10 minutes and 40 seconds.
Ken gave this to Mike Sanders.
I was so pumped when Darby came out the ring with thumbtacks glued to his face, and then fuck all happened with it.
Right?
He got one headbutt in.
Should have lit Darby on fire. Just saying.
I was expecting Darby Allin to fall off the arc. I mean, that's what I was expecting.
I was expecting somebody dead.
Almost
Yeah.
happened.
Should have lit Darby on fire. I'm 100%.
It was I gotta give it 3 stars. It was a good match. Expected crazy stuff. Got some of it. Other than that, it was baby for Ryan. But it was just too short to build to anything. So they just had to get their big spots in and then just go.
Here's my problem. At 10 minutes, this was not the match I was expecting. Let me just put it that way. This should have been a marquee match. This almost felt like a throwaway match in the middle of a pay-per-view. And it was to an extent.
I was just gonna say because that's what it was.
And I think we talked about this the last AEW pay-per-view, is that many times they book these shows in a way that everything could be considered a main event or a main event marquee match. It doesn't have to be, but then you get left with a 10-minute coffin match that could have been a house show somewhere. You know what I mean? It's
Apparently they were running short on time, and there's a curfew in London at 10, which makes no sense because the show ended at 10 o'clock London time. So that makes no sense at all. If there was a curfew, you're ending it at 10, people are still going to be out anyway. So that I don't buy that at all either. I just think they were running short of time and they wanted to give the moment to Danielson. So, I mean, that makes the most logical sense to me. And also, some matches, as always,
went too long.
Go too long. So, but all right.
I heard this match went so short because they had a strict time of being off the air over there. Like,
yeah,
they had to be done by like 10 p.m. regardless.
Yeah, apparently what I read was because there was a curfew at 10 o'clock in London, which makes no sense because the show ended at 10 o'clock London time, so people will still be leaving the arena.
Well, the point of the curfew was like the event had to be over, so they'd be like
right. So yeah,
it's possible they had that hard off. Well, I had a hard on.
For the AEW World Championship versus career match, Swerve Strickland defends against Daniel Bryanson. Brian, time?
26 minutes on the dot.
Ken gave this 5 stars.
Canton is correct.
Sleazy.
Canton is correct. 100% 5 stars. Absolute perfection. You couldn't have done this better if you tried, in my opinion. I did not expect. Okay, let's start with the semi-obvious thing. Danielson winning was not something I expected them to do. I thought this was going to be like his swan song. It would have been a great way to put over Swerve in a very big main event, and like, oh, that's it. See ya, deuces. Maybe do one last marquee match, but that was it. Having him win, interesting. Kind of, like I said, a surprise. Having Adam Page get involved, unlike other places, it worked perfectly here, in my opinion. Yeah, I have a hard time even thinking of anything to even criticize. Like, his family's in the ring. It's this beautiful moment for them. It's like
with Pac.
What
the fuck? What a weird visual. This was the visual I was like, what the fuck?
You got the Blackpool Combat Club with Swiss in the background holding a trios title like it's a fucking trinket. He's like, yeah, this is cool, but yeah.
Pac couldn't even be bothered to get dressed.
Yeah, that's true too. That is him dressed. He just walks around London like that. It's like Grado. When Grado used to walk around in London, he'd walk around in a singlet as a bit. Loved it. Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to go like super great. Oh my God, it was 7.5 stars. It was a 5-star match. Absolutely. It was you can't fault anything about it. But it wasn't like I witnessed like a moment that I will never get back in my life situation. There have been matches like that in the past year or so that I felt that way, but this wasn't one of them.
One spot where I'm like, and it's been happening in every single Danielson match since the Tiger Driver, is the doctor spot.
Yeah, the doctor
spot. It just throws me off. And with AEW's history, I'm like, why even put it in there, man? Like,
because of AEW's history.
Of letting people who shouldn't be cleared to wrestle? Like, that, it just takes me away.
Bro. It's Rick's shoot, bro.
It just takes me away from it. That's why I went, ugh.
Russo's in the
chat.
back coming in a fucking cup.
That's why I'm like, ugh.
That's probably what he said.
It throws me off every time, and it's unnecessary. It doesn't need to be in the match. It just distracting from the match. It takes away from the match. So I'm going to be that asshole. 4 3/4.
Fuck you.
Do you
I
think?
didn't need to say what was it missing, but I'm saying it anyways. What was it missing? And I hope you step on the Lego. You're a piece of shit. That was
because that spot takes me out. I'm invested fully, and then that spot happens. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, if that spot doesn't happen, I'm like, great.
Do you think Russo takes his sandal off and spanks himself when it?
Oh, 100%.
Like he's just like
100%.
Oh, bruh. Okay.
100%. And I so wanted someone to come down and fucking beat the shit out of his kids and just fucking beat the fuck out of him at the end.
I just need Nigel. Nigel
and then
come down here.
And then I'm like, oh, the Blackpool Combat Club's there. That's not going to happen. But
no.
I was expecting something to happen. Like, I was expecting something to be all like, what now? Because I 100% thought Danielson was winning this match.
I did not.
I just wanted, I thought
that Danielson was my tinker. I had Swerve in the scorecard. By the way, Albert won scorecard. Jack Arson, fucking.
Fuck. Hashtag. Fuck Albert.
That was my tinker. That's what got me second. Because I had Swerve winning, and then I was just thinking about it, and I was like, no. And I tinkered and switched at that.
Yeah, I just thought they would. I thought Danielson was going to win, but I thought something was going to happen at the end. And it didn't, which is fine. It's a feel-good moment. It's our biggest show of the year. Let's be honest. So
all outs in 2 weeks.
It's our biggest show of the year. Let's be honest.
Look at this motherfucker. Fuck that dude. Fuck
him.
That dude.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Fuck him. He's a constant listener. Always does scorecards. Like the only thing left for him is to come on for After Dark episode and do some Jeopardy.
That's fair. Yeah. You're loved here, but still, fuck Albert.
Overall thoughts. I think this was the best AEW pay-per-view. Besides, not ever this year.
Well, I mean, there's 2 shit matches on an otherwise gorgeous card.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You take out.
This was a great show.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Phenomenal.
Not a lot to be critical about on this show.
I give it 8.5 out of 10. I think outside the 2 stupid matches, I've rated everything 4 stars or above.
Let me take a look.
Maybe there's 1 3.5. Oh yeah, the tag match was 3.5.
Yeah.
Bye.
What'd you rate the coffin match?
3 stars.
I didn't have that down.
Yeah, so there's 3.5 and a 3, but a lot of 4-star matches.
Oh, what'd you rate the? 4 1/4, same as me.
4 1/4. Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't written down your. Okay, you had a 3.5. Yeah, 1.5 on the. Okay, so Ryan's leaving. Yeah, no, like again, fuck Ryan, but that going back to the Danielson thing, I'm like, I had 5 stars written down and then I erased it. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. The moment's amazing. That doctor spot, anyway.
I'm okay with it. Because it's his career match, I'm okay with it there.
If they didn't do it in every Danielson match leading up to it,
yeah,
I'd be okay with it, but they did it and it just takes me away. Because he's going to hulk up and win after the doctor spot. And that's what fucking happened. So just like, ugh.
Wait a second. You're pissed because Bryan Danielson has become Hulk Hogan?
Of course. Why wouldn't I be? What rational person wouldn't be pissed at that?
So wait a second. Are we saying that Bryan Danielson's racist?
100%.
But he's
He just beat up a black guy, dude. Come on.
You know what? I think you might be right here. I think that's not going to work for him, brother.
No. News and rumors. Let's get it out of the way. Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid,
Yeah.
Sid Justice. He passed away from cancer, which I didn't even know he had.
Apparently, not many people knew he had it. This down here. So obviously, famously, I didn't work with him.
Yes.
For those who don't know the story, or I might as well tell the story because
You told it
Only
like 40,000 times on the show.
I have, but let's make it 40,000.
He knows so. Somebody came out dressed as Sid, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Apparently, there were rumors of WWE moving the Performance Center to Las Vegas. That was according to WrestleVote, so you know it's true. Sarcasm. It's not true. Has been proven to be true. Fuck off. And Dixie Khan has promised an announcement you don't want to miss on Dynamite. Awesome. Just be doing the show by myself. Jesse Ventura revealed he's close to signing a Legends deal with WWE. Cool. You got anything over there?
I got nothing. It's actually been outside of Sid passing away. There hasn't been that.
I mean, AEW's announced some big shows. I mean, Forbidden Doors in London next year, but apparently not at Wembley. And then All In's in, we talked about it last show, is in Arlington next year, but going back to London and at Wembley Stadium in 2026, which is also interesting. And they're hosting a Grand Slam event in Australia in February. I don't know if that's a pay-per-view.
Grand Slam?
Yeah.
It'll probably end up being a pay-per-view. Even though they're not normally like the Arthur Ashe Stadium shows are not normally pay-per-views. They're just
it just doesn't say
oversized
Dynamite. Just says AEW Grand Slam Australia, February 15th. What day of the week is that?
You're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
Of course I am.
February 15th is a Saturday.
So it's probably it will be a pay-per-view, yeah.
Or a Collision. I would laugh my ass off if it was a Collision. Just dog, it's a Collision. No, I think it's fine. I'm glad that they're getting out there and about. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I criticize AEW, they're pulling the WWE route and going more international shows, which is fine. Forgot we talked about Jamie Hayter. The wrong redhead showed up, apparently. People are expecting Becky Lynch and JB. Yeah, whatever. Fuck everyone.
Gable Steveson. Excuse me.
What about it?
So he was trying out for the Buffalo Bills, got signed. Missed the cut. He's been released. Guy has no football contract now.
Cool.
He's going the way of Brock Lesnar. Is the joke.
So Bash at Berlin's next week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. Seems to be the case. Lata versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE title. Isla Fire and Alba Dawn versus Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair for the women's tag titles. LA Knight in an open challenge is defending the U.S. title. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match, and then Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
It's going to be a good show. It really is going to be a good show. Here's my thing about Gunther is that if you're not familiar with how Gunther kind of works outside of the WWE camera, it's really awesome to see like his Instagram and his TikTok and stuff like that because he's a lot more, how should I put this, human, if that makes any sense. He's not a character, he's a person. And he spent the last week or so in Germany, specifically in Munich, where my sister-in-law actually lives currently. And they're doing media tours and stuff like that. And he's him and Ludwig are like going around and stuff, and it's just listening to them talk about Germany and how Germany is and the differences between North and South Germany. It was just really cool and it's really interesting to see that kind of stuff because it brings out a personality that you don't normally see with wrestlers like that, and I think it's really refreshing, especially for somebody like Gunther who's like put on in some cases literally a pedestal in terms of wrestling prowess, and to have him be more human and more personable outside of that is really great. And he's always been like that on Instagram too. Like he is literally just Walter the person on Instagram. He doesn't fuck around like a character at all on his Instagram. It's really cool.
Rich Swann has entered rehab after a suspension for disorderly intoxication.
Yeah, I heard about that. I hope he gets help he needs. I don't know what happened, what started it, but I just hope he's okay. He's a good guy at the end of the day in there. I know he's had troubles in the past.
Right. What was the news and note I was going to talk about? Where'd it go? Mauro Ranallo is going to be the lead commentator for Scott D'Amore's Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
To the shock of nobody, let's be honest here. Like, if he was going to come back for somebody, it would have been Scott anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Scott's a great person, great mind of the business. He just did an interview with Chris Van Vliet. And he was talking about, how wrestling has changed and so on and so forth. And people talk about how comical it is. And he brought up a quote from a wrestler talking about the next generation of wrestlers, about how comical and unbelievable his wrestling style is. And it was Luthez talking about Harley Race, which is fucking hilarious if you think about it in comparison to what wrestling is now. Scott D'Amore's promotion could potentially become one of the biggest indie promotions in the world, right behind GCW if it's done correctly. So I'll be interested to see how it goes.
That's it.
Ryan, put yourself. Well, fuck that dude. But you can find him on TikTok, r/wrestling show on Reddit. He's Ryan Gotch on Reddit as well. Normally Heavy G would be on here. Unfortunately, he was out.
He's
today.
actually at a minor league, a AAA baseball game.
Oh, good for him.
They're playing the Red Wings.
Oh, really? So it's going to be the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Riders.
So they were up 9-0 in the second. He sent me a picture. Rochester scored 7 in the fourth. So it's 9-7. And I messaged him, "Welcome to AAA baseball."
This is why Sleazy likes AAA baseball. But yeah, you can listen to him and Fatman on the Best Darn Sports Show, period 2.
Which we are moving to Monday nights.
Oh.
For 2 reasons. 1, to not compete with After Dark. And 2,
Monday Night Football?
No, I switched my days off to Thursday, so that's going to be date night. So that's why you're not going to see me on After Darks.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Another reason
to
not get spanked in Wrestling Jeopardy.
Oh, I would fucking rule all of you.
Presented by
I mean,
the
not being
honorable-
on is giving you guys a chance. Let's just face it.
Well, first of all, we have to put over, because it's TWS After Dark, featuring episodes just like Wrestling Jeopardy, featuring the legendary Kevin J. Callis. Affirmative. But also just in general, Thursdays randomly throughout the year, Ryan's hosting and enjoying just freeform content more than anything else. I'm at TWR Sleazy. Fuck this asshole. But we are Sleazy Fatman on X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Please go on over there and like and follow us there. Find our videos at twitch.tv/SleazyandTheFatman, youtube.com/SleazyandTheFatman, premium content on onlyfans.com/wrestling show. Like and subscribe on your favorite platform. Click that notification icon on YouTube so that you're shown when we actually go live, obviously on Tuesday nights, but also whenever we can, muster a little live here or there, we will actually do it. You might be seeing more of that as time progresses, that we might go live randomly here and there. Also, please, specifically go on TikTok and follow us and subscribe on there. We want to get to 1,000 people on TikTok. I know there's not much content on there. We will continue doing content on there sooner rather than later, but it is happening soon. Explore more content at thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, and so much more. So with a thanks to Ryan, but fuck him. A fuck you to Heavy G, who didn't hop on the show. A fuck you to Deeth, because he never showed up. And as always, for Sleazy,
For the Fat Man.
this is the Wrestling Shows. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. We've not said that this show.
Weird.
It is very weird, but fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan and his alleged coke habit. Hot dogs on a sandwich, a sub is on a sandwich, a burger is a sandwich. Burritos and tacos are not sandwiches, you fucking hillbillies. Next week, Bash at Berlin and No Mercy, I think Ryan wants to do. We're going to do one. We're going to do Bash at Berlin because fuck Ryan.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to